Sup, people? It's your boy, Casual Talk here. I'm going to be talking about why, in most cases, we are the ones that determine what happens to our future. This depends on the people that we meet, and it determines the outcomes and the events that can happen. We are 90% responsible for what happens in our future. We can't control how we look like when we're born, the body we're born into, what height we are, how we look, our facial features, our strength. We work with what we got, practice body game, work out, go to the gym, basically polish up the body that we were born into. Maximize our potential. Because the average man is not doing that. They think there's no hope. Like a lot of black pillars would think, it is what it is. But that's not true. We can't control how we look like when we're born. But we can control our actions from the feedback that we get. Just keeping it real. How we receive the information and what we put back out there, it determines our outcomes and it determines the future. Point blank. Either if it's good or bad, or if it's something positive or if it's negative. It's like being bullied or harassed, for example, or being praised or being thanked, and just people giving you compliments. You see, there's a difference between a woman and a man who's good looking, who's a 10 out of 10, in their eyes, and in society's eyes especially, they're a prize because of their looks. But there's two types of people who are 10s. You have those who are humble, and those who are not humble, who uses it to their advantage. Or you have a bit of both. And I'm just going to keep it real. I'll be one of the ones that are humble. I'll be one of the ones that are humble with what they got, because I've been complimented a lot since getting a lot older. I guess I reached my peak when I was past the age 17, 18 years old. After high school, I went out more. I opened up more. I was engaged more. I had people who rejected me, who was acting funny with me. I faced racism. I faced haters. I'm at to the point where it's like, I'm in my early 30s. I don't really got the time for drama, for arguing with people. I just laugh at people when they show me their stupidity, being naive, the commenters on YouTube. I laugh at that because it's like I've heard it all. I've seen it all. A lot of people that tries to put you down, they look like clowns. How I receive their information, I laugh about it. Keep it pushing, remove them, block the comments, remove the people from my channel. Nah, I don't entertain the troll. Just like what I said in my last video about why does it matter about what Shannon Sharpe is doing, and calling out the people that are the haters, and the haters that were getting on Ashton Hall because of his viral video. Like, so many people just wants to jump on the bandwagon of getting clout off of the media, off of social media, and spending hours and hours and hours ignorantly not acknowledging the fact that being a content creator is so mainstream to the point where there's not much value, because there's an abundance of content creators. And the more you have on the market, the more over saturated it gets, if I'm saying the right word. The value depletes. See, if there was some way where the only way you could be a content creator is if like YouTube made a VIP access, and there was some sort of limitation, right? then it would be very rare, and you would have more of a likely outcome to grow, get big, and go viral. But everybody's not going to go viral. Even if you do, through time, people are going to forget about you. How are you going to take that? How are you going to take that outcome? That's the reason why I don't follow trends. I don't have social media. I used to have an Instagram and I deleted them. I had 2 Instagram accounts. I deleted both of them. I hadn't thought of making another one to support my channel, Casual Talk. I might do that in the future, might not, but hey, I don't see no point. I don't see no point in the Snapchat. I don't see no point in the Twitter. The most I would have is like YouTube, Facebook. That's about it. Maybe LinkedIn, Indeed. Things that's actually going to have some sort of value to me. Keep in touch with family, friends, networking, advancing my life, making more money. And to point things out from this video, from the title, right? The first year that I worked at this hospital that I'm currently working right now in Ropers of South Carolina, there was a time where I was working by myself after one of my coworkers trained me to be an environmental services cleaner. I was assigned to take over his spot, basically clean certain areas as he would normally be assigned to, besides cleaning patient discharge rooms or taking care of patient discharges. Okay? Long story short, I feel like I remember this day like yesterday. I had a haircut, and while I was in the pharmacy, one of the pharmacists, he's not black, it's a Filipino Asian pharmacist, okay? He's a lot older than me. He got himself together. God blessed him. I'm not a hater. I really don't care. I'm just doing my thing, minding my business, and just doing my job. I'm just happy to be there. I'm in a good mood. When he saw my haircut, one of the first things that he said was that, like, after saying, hey, how you doing? How's it going? He was like, oh, Daniel, I see you got a haircut. You what are you doing? You're trying to be a rapper? I was like, what? That's what I said in my head. My reaction was like, oh, no, I'm not trying to do that. I just want to be clean. I mean, I just have this haircut just to be clean. I really should have checked him right there. And then another incident, this same man, because I noticed from a lot of case scenarios in my life, I've came across a lot of people who act like they were cool with me, but said racist remarks to me. But that they wouldn't say to other black people that looked like they could fight or probably put a bullet through them. Some people knows who to try and who not to try. The whole point to that scenario was that I did not fight back. I didn't scream. I didn't yell at him. I kept my composure. Because in all reality, for one, I want to grow within this company. 2, I just started this job. 3, I'm not a confrontational person. And 4, even though I handled it well, I could have handled it a lot better. I could have went out of my way to be petty, report him to HR, but I'm not doing all of that. I'm not letting his words get to me. I think a few weeks later, days later, he saw me again. I'm working in the pharmacy. He mumbled something under his breath that really upsetted me and hurt me a lot. And I just looked at him like he was really stupid. You have this position. You're a pharmacist. God has the final say. The same job that you got, he could take that away from you. That's why I'm very extra careful with the words that I put out there, because that could come back on me. I believe in God's karma. It's even in the Bible. Why you think karma is real? I'm even scared for the very things that I do, that it'll be payback for me in return in the future. And I can't get mad over it. The last incident, this same guy, same Filipino Asian pharmacist, right? Days later, a few weeks later, I saw him again. I'm not really talking to him like that. He made me uncomfortable. He said something again under his breath. Like, oh, it seems like you're just going to, this is the type of job that you're just going to do forever. Like, basically, he was insulting me, trying to call me stupid or dumb, that this is the only job that I'm going to be good for. So I was thinking in my head, like, this guy is straight up ignorant, and it seems like he has some racist bias and prejudice against black people. I could have cursed him out. I could have yelled at him, cursed him out, and be like every other black man or woman that America stereotypes. Loud, ghetto, ratchet, aggressive. I would have lost my job. I would have lost every chance that I had in this job because South Carolina does not have many opportunities like that where you could come across a well-paying job. I just looked at him. I was hurt and I was pissed at the same time. I really wanted to punch him in his face. But I said, you know what, Daniel? He's not even worth it. Moral to this is that the actions that you take in every moment when somebody's hurting you or spitting words at you, trying to put you down, it's on you, on the outcome that you create and the future that you make. Your actions speaks louder than words. I still stood still, and still to this day, it's been over a year now, I still never forgotten what he had said to me. And I'm thinking also, I think it would be best if I ever see him again, if he leaves my last day while I'm working in a hospital, when it's time for me to move on, I'm more than likely going to address it to him and be humble about it. But the encounters I have now with this man, and I don't even know his name. He says, "Hey, Daniel, I just do this. Hey. I act like he's not there every time when I see him. Now, he's always talking to me now. And I just say, hey, how's it going? So if he doesn't say anything, I don't say nothing. I keep it pushing. I'm not a confrontational person unless if I need to be. He's not harming my kids. He's not harming my family. He's just another bystander at work. Whatever he got going on, that's between him and God. I don't got to worry about him. I'm not going to crap or poop on where I make my money because it is not worth it in the long run. I have a clean criminal record. Anybody can say all they want, but what is the point in proving your ego to somebody who you could take on or who looks weaker than you? Because the guy looked frail. Like, I'm working out, I'm in shape. It's not to be funny. I'd be just as bad as the bullies or the people that bullied me when I was in the same position as him. But except that when I was in his position, I never barked back. And that's what I'm proud of myself to know that that's what made me stronger to push through right now today. Anyways, guys, that's the moral of the story. That's the moral of this video. If you got anything to say, feel free to comment down below. Share your thoughts. Let me know what you think. This is Casual Talk here. Peace out.